Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a portfolio using the platform Wix. I have offered multiple options: Wix, Weebly, and Google Sites. Those are just 3 of the options that I am familiar with, but there are more, of course. So today I'm going to show you how to create an account using Wix. So first, I'm going to go to Wix on Google, and I'm going to look for the one that says wix.com. So the first thing that you need is to create an account. So creating an account should be as easy as using an email. So you can use your UTRGV email or a personal email, creating a password, and signing up. Once you sign up, it will give you the option to choose what type of website you are building. This is to help narrow down the templates. So for example, if I put portfolio, you can go to be specific that you want a writing portfolio, and it's going to narrow down and give you templates that are most used when creating a portfolio website. So it'll tell you if you're going to need to do any of these things, such as chat with visitors, create an online store, or a blog. If you need to do any of this, you can select as many as you need or deselect. For example, we don't need none of these. So you can go ahead and click next. From here, you can decide to create your own, start from scratch, or you can choose a template and you'll be able to edit that template. I'm just going to go ahead and put the template. It's probably one of the easiest things to do because you can easily edit. But in either case, you'll be able to make changes to everything. So you can look at all the templates, you can look at blank templates that you can simply edit. Once you select one that you like, you can click edit. You can click view if you want to see it larger. I am going to go with edit. I have selected that one. So while we wait for that to load, let's recap what you need to include in your website. So 1, you need to have a title, right? So you want to make sure that you title your website. You can go ahead and title it whatever it is that you want. I am going to say, this is my awesome 1301 portfolio. That's my type, right? You also want to name your site. So in my case, I'm going to say this is Professor Tibasadua, where I have lost my site name. Don't worry, I'll be able to do that once I click publish. So let's actually do that first. Let's click publish because that is where we're going to be saving our website. This is where we'll be clicking each time we need to make a change. So we want to make sure that we click on the free version, otherwise we're going to get charged. So here, get a free Wix.com. It's already making one for me. It's telling me Crystal Tabasalua 3 is giving it to me for free. Make sure that you don't make any changes to this because it's going to try to charge you. So all you gotta do is just click save and continue. And there you go. This is my site. So anytime you want to make a change to your website, it's very important that you click publish. Clicking publish saves your work. And what you gotta do is just copy and paste this link to Blackboard whenever it is time to you submit. Alright, so what are the things that you need in your website again? A title. You need to personalize it. So right here it's blank, so you want to make sure that you add images, you add color, you remove what you don't want. So if you don't want all these many images, you can feel free to delete them or upload your own from your computer. This, for example, is a slideshow, so I am going to change the background. I'm just going to include pictures from here. I personalize it, add my mission statement that I need. Let's add a text box. Edit text, there you go. I am not very familiar with Wix. I am more familiar with Weebly, so I am learning as I go in this little tutorial. But I'm just showing you that it does take a time to look through what you can add, right? There's so many things that you'll be able to add if you play around with it. What's important to know is that you don't need all these many pages. So let's look at the pages. So the pages are at top left corner. You don't need a services page. So you want to figure out how to delete these pages. We should be able to click on manage pages and use the little options to delete the pages. We want to make sure that we remove what we don't need. I don't need a gallery. I don't need a contact page. I do need an about me page. So let's go to the about me page and make sure that we add that. So as I mentioned previously, we are going to need an about me page. You're going to need to have one photo of yourself, right? So you want to make sure that you replace this image with the picture of yourself, right? Upload it. And then add 7 things about you. You can tell me whatever it is that you want as long as you tell me 7 things. There you go. Now I can add information about myself. And if I don't want none of these things, I could remove them. Right. Next thing, you're going to need to figure out how to add a page now. So we did delete a few pages, but now we need to add a page because we're going to be adding pages for our projects. So I'm going to add a page. And here it tells you to pick a style of how you want to do. So our weekly reflections are going to be weekly small blogs where you will be responding to weekly questions. So you can go ahead and do a blank page like how I select. Title weekly reflections and done. Alright, this is blank, so I'm gonna be able to add text box, add a heading for weekly reflections. I'm sure that we can make this smaller, make this bigger. I am not very familiar with Wix, so I don't want to give you too much information on how to do this. I just know that playing around with the settings will give you options. So from here you'll be able to add all sorts of things to separate your weekly reflections, right? You could separate and now have your first reflection here. You have weekly reflection number 1. You add a space. You are free to add them however as you like. The important thing is that when you're ready, you click publish and you save your work and it will get your link, right? If you want to see it come to life, you can click on view site, and there it is. This is how it looks like. All right.